Welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. So just imagine if you are at a coffee shop ordering your favorite drink. The barista asks for small, medium or large. Just like your coffee sizes, Java has data types to store different kind of values. It can be byte, init, float, character and boolean. So these kind of values or these kind of data types we will be using in this video to see that how we can create a real life example using these Java data types. So Java use these data types to manage real world information efficiently, just like choosing the right cup for your coffee. Picking the correct data types makes your code optimized and effective. So in this video, we will be seeing that how we can start with these Java data types and can use them in real life examples. So I hope you'll be enjoying this video from start. So if you enjoy this video and if you understand this amazing tutorial here, so remember to hit a like. And if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's get started. So now here we are on the computer screen, and like I've told you in the start that today in this video I will be telling you that what are data types and real life example in Java, because already we have learned about data types in previous video. Now we will be understanding that if we are using these data types in a real life example, so how we can use it and how we can create a small program or a small, you can say, a game using these Java data types here. So what I'm going to do is first I'll be opening my NetBeans IDE, because you all know that when we were just working on Java, we were using this NetBeans IDE as our default text editor to work with Java. So I will be preferring you to use this IDE. If you only want to use Java and want to create any software or any program using Java, you can just use this NetBeans IDE there. So you have to wait a while and you can install its latest version, like I am using its older version which is 8.0.2. So you can use its latest version which is 12.11.12, I think. And this is the main.java file which we have created here, and in this file we were just working on in the previous video when I have told you about characters. So we were just working on this IDE here. So what I'm going to do is I'll be just moving on to my Word document here, because right now we will be understanding that if we are using these data types in real life examples, so how we can use it. Like I've told you that we will be working on different data types here like init, float, character, and there are some other data types as well, but we will be using these three data types here in this example so that we can create one program, one small program, and we can see if we are creating this program, so how we are getting all the things running in the output. So you can just see we have created one variables of different data types in which we have added all the values, like first data type which we have created of init, in which we have added the value as items, and in this value of items means in this variable items we have written the value as 50, or you can say an integer value as 50 because it is a number value. And then same goes in float data type as well. In float data type we have created one variable cost per item, and in this variable I have added again another integer value which is 9.99f, and this will be count as decimal value because we are writing point here after 9 and then 0.99. And if we move down, so again we have created one float data type in which I have written the variable as total cost equal to items multiplied by cost per item. So from that the items value will be multiplied by this 9.99, and then you will be getting the output in your total cost. And then you can change your currency as well, like if I want my currency should be in dollars, so I can write dollar here. If you want your currency should be in rupees or any other currency, you can write here as well. You can write euro sign as well, you can write PKR sign, you can write inner sign. So it's your choice what sign you are using and what currency you want should be getting the output here. So what I'm going to do is first I'll be copying this example here by pressing Control C, or you can directly right click and press copy. Then moving on to this file, I'll be pressing right click and I'll be pasting all the things which I have copied like this. So here what I'm going to do is I'll be moving like this. I'll be removing one curly braces from here and then paste it. After doing these all things, you can just see we are getting all the comments as well, and we are also getting all the tags which we have created here as well. So means all the things are working perfectly. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be just pressing tab so that I can give space after each tag which I have added here, and same goes here as well, then here like this, so that I can take all the things in one line. That's why I'm just doing these things here, and same move to here as well. So like this we have to do, and then I will be just moving and then doing another thing like Alright, so we are again on the computer screen, and like we were just studying that if I'm writing all these things, like if I'm copying these all things in my NetBeans IDE, so we were getting this thing here like this. And now I will be just taking all the things in one line so that I can get all the alignment perfectly fine, and you can just see alignment is perfectly fine, means my code is looking clean. So now I can start and I can see if I'm running these all things, so what output I'm getting and how I'm getting my output printed. So what I'm going to do is I'll be just moving on to my main.java file in which I have created this, and then I will be just pressing right click on this file and I will be pressing run file. And why I'm pressing run file? So that I can get the output. You can also press shift and F6. So you can just see when I'm printing this thing. So first of all, the number of items we are getting is 50, because in number of items I have written 50. And then if we move to cost per item, so we are getting is 9.99 dollar we are getting here as well, because we have added dollar sign. Then total cost we are getting is 499.5 dollar. I'm getting the dollar in end because I have written this currency variable here we have created in end. That's why we are getting this dollar sign at the end printed. And like this you can just do, and you can just see why I'm getting the total cost printed as 4.99, sorry 499.9, because we are multiplying items by cost per item. And if you multiply 50 by 9.99, if we move to calculator and see that, we are getting the output perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'll be pressing right click to run again so that we can see. So the output we are getting here is 499.5 dollar. So I will be now just what I'm going to do is I'll be just pressing 50, and then I'll be multiplying 50 by 9.99 to check if I'm just multiplying these two values, so what output I'm getting. So you can just see we are getting 499.5, and here as well we are getting the output in total cost as $4.995. So like this you can just do all the things, and like this you can get the output. So I hope you understand, if we are normally using data types and data types, so how we are just getting the output. Like I'm using different data types here in my example, so I can just create one program. If you want to create a software, if you want to create a game, you can also create that using these variables and data types here. But I will be doing same thing with variables as well moving forward in the videos. But in this video we have understand both, like if I'm using variables and if I'm creating variables of different data types, so how I can create that, and if I'm running these all things, so how I'm getting the output, how these numbers are being multiplied and we are getting the output. So all the things has been perfectly fine. Just remember one thing, when you are printing these all things perfectly fine, the print text should be also fine. Like I'm printing number of items in my string so that I can get this printed in the output as text, and then in text value I should be adding plus items so that I can get items as well in this number of items. That's why when I'm printing this thing, so I'm getting number of items colon and then I'm getting 50 after that. So this is really important to do, because if you understand this thing of print things, so it will be easy for you to create these small programs or create these small softwares as well. Not really big deal here. Then if we move here, so here as well we have created another println tag in which I have written cost per item, and then I have added this cost per item with cost per item and currency. And when I'm adding these things here, so I'm getting 9.99, and then I'm getting in the currency as dollar. So this is the thing here, and this is the way to print all these things and to get the output. And then in the end we have added total cost string, and in this total cost we have added total cost, means we have added this plus operator. With that I have written total cost again plus operator with currency, so that when I should be getting my total cost, it should be coming with this currency tag, and in currency we have written this dollar sign. That's why when I'm getting my total cost, with that I'm getting this currency sign of dollar as well in the end. And that's the way to do, and that's the way to print all these things. If you want to write any other sign, you can write as well. If you want to write euro sign here in the place of dollar, you can write that. So in the end you will be getting euro sign in place of this dollar which you have added. So like this you can use these all things. I hope you understand how we are using these data types in real life example. And here a real life example of using different data types to calculate and output the total cost of a number of items. So this is a small program in which we have calculated and output the total cost of a number of items. Like we have added 50 items in which we have added cost per item 9.99, and when we are multiplying items with cost per item, so we are getting total cost with this currency, so that user can understand if you are multiplying these items with cost per item. So these are the this is the total cost which you are being investing on your items here, and you can just create variables of different data types like this, and you can use this print variables to print all these things and get the output. So I hope you understand that how we are using these data types here in real life example and how we are getting the output. So if you understand this video and if you enjoyed this tutorial here in which we have covered up this thing here, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell as well, so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading in future. So just you need to support me like this, and you need to just see these all videos so that you can understand if we are working with Java, so how we can start with Java, and actually what are these data types, variables and strings which we are using in Java, what is the purpose to use these all things. I'll be telling in coming up videos as well, in which you will be having a more clear mindset that if we are using these things here, so why we are using, what's the purpose to use it, and how we are using it to create different programs and applications. So I will be meeting you in next tutorial or in next project of Java using different tutorials or different things here. So for today, goodbye.